It is very windy, but I'm gonna still try to get this message out. Listeners that are really wondering, wow, she finally shut up. She finally, and you could be someone where you don't even talk that much, but it's just that the things that you say are real. As a generational curse breaker, as the black sheep, being that you stop trying to remedy things that you didn't even mess up in the beginning, like you didn't even ask to be convicted in your spirit about these things. Like, this is just a part of your path. This is just a part of what you inherited. You came into this earth realm, into this family, and you came in like a force, powerful like a wind, right? You came in, you saw the truth of a lot of things, and instead of you going along to get along, you spoke about it. It may not even been in a very like forceful way. Like it's not literally like you at a family event, you crowd everybody together and just called everybody out on their traumas or their dysfunction. Not at all. But it's just that whenever you were able to speak about things that were real, things that you felt as if, hey, if we work on these things, or if we deal with this or that issue, maybe we could actually come together and be a healthy family. That's too much like right. It fell on deaf ears, and oftentimes they ostracize you. So instead of you trying to force your way into toxic family patterns where you just did not fit, you decided that, okay, I'm just going to walk away. And you did that. And they can definitely sense that there's no turning back. They can feel your absence. Your presence is very powerful and felt. And with you not being around, people really feel like literally all that love, all that good energy you have is not around, and they feel void. Now, who do they call on as a scapegoat? They may have scapegoated you. They may have tried to make you the container of all the family issues. But literally, once you decided to remove your energy and not try to, insert yourself in that anymore, your life became better. It became easier. And in fact, a lot of those people's issues became even more apparent. And so I share this because you should be proud of yourself, because you actually are the change maker. You decided to stand 10 toes down. You decided to express yourself and trust that if they want to remain dysfunctional and toxic, you're not going to be a part of it. You're not going to be in the mix of these group chats. Like, they're going to gossip about you anyway, because you're definitely the center of attention, and you don't even try to be. It's just that you're so convicted in your heart, your soul, to live righteously. It is something you can't compromise on. It's something that you cannot force yourself to be in the midst of. And for them to not be able to force that level of control on you, that says that you're very powerful, you're very strong. So be very proud of yourself, because you have really broken free. You're going forward, and you are literally detaching. This is why some of them may try to resurface. This is why some of them are trying to resurface in your life now, because it's like, in their heart of hearts, they know that a lot of things that you said were valid, but it's just that it takes effort to actually change. And many people would rather not kick the hornet's nest, per se. Like, calling the dysfunction out for what it is, a lot of people aren't willing to face that, because it also calls out their dysfunction in themselves. Like, you may have had to call out dysfunction in your own self, but you were willing to do so, and you did it. That takes a lot of strength and power. So just be very proud of yourself, because your ability to be empathetic, your ability to see the truth for what it is a spiritual gift. Not many people have the courage to do so, or not many people have the wherewithal to stand firm in their convictions and say that, okay, I don't want to have toxicity in my life. That is not going to be like, that may have been something you may not have been able to control as a child, but as an adult, heck nah. Nah, I'm not jiggy with it. I'm not sitting down at the family get together feeding auntie so and so or uncle so and so or cousin. But no, I'm not participating with people that were intentionally harmful towards me. Like some of you have gone to the extent of even getting counseling or therapy for yourself, and in the midst of even doing that, you realize that wow, I may be going to counseling for people that actually need counseling and therapy. Some of you may have even gotten into addictions because people were that toxic, and just to tolerate being around them, you had to be high or drunk. So if you were able to make it through all of that and you still maintaining your sanity, your sobriety, you are a winner. You've already won. And these people know that you're a winner. Many of them are secretly rooting for you. And the mere fact that you were able to go against the grain, it's like a domino effect. And you may have been that first piece for everything to continue to fall down, because this is why they may have targeted you as well. Because with you actually seeing the truth of the dysfunction and the root of all of it, that means that you've broken free from the hypnosis. You've broken free from the cult like dynamic. And that is a threat to those that function out of controlling everybody underneath them. The warlock or the witch or both that are at the top of this whole internalized oppression victimizers. You seeing clear where the dysfunction is being upheld or being instigated is a threat for how they have survived. Many of these people are very, very sick and twisted, and they have survived off of control, manipulation, and feeding off of not only continuing to abuse but causing others to become abusers as well. So there's so many that have to just get along and to not seen as a threat by the witch or warlock at the top of this dysfunctional family dynamic. They've gone along to get along. They've even began to become abusers as well. So if you were able to overstand and understand what's going on, if you were able to break free from all that, consider yourself a spiritual warrior. You are a chosen one. And anything, like I'm saying this for real, like when you find it in your heart to share whatever it is that you're going through, be very careful. Don't use names and things like that, because these people are dysfunctional, destructive, and violent. So you don't want to cause any harm to yourself, but definitely by sharing your truth, it helps others free themselves from these demonic attachments, or as most people say, narcissistic dynamics. But to me, this is spiritual warfare. This is demonic. This is just what it is at the core of it. But you broke free from this, and they can't ensnare you anymore. They can't bully you. Like many of them withdrew help for you, or even tried to get people to bring harm your way, just so that you would be lured back into the fold and go with their whole system. But by you standing strong and doing whatever you had to do, like many of you, you may have to go without, but you did so. You weren't able to be bribed. You did so for your own spiritual well-being, for your own mental health, and you're truly a soldier for that. And it's something they cannot take away. And so you're beginning to see the fall of a lot of these dynamics. The more and more people like myself are breaking free. And I know many of you are breaking free from these traps as well. And you're beginning to have the healthy family dynamic that you want. You're creating it, even if it's just yourself, even if it's just you and your spouse and your children, even if you don't have children, it's just you yourself. You've decided that, you would rather to have a healthy connection with others, a healthy connection with yourself and the Most High, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, instead of tolerate dysfunction and allow it to completely destroy you. Stay true. Continue to walk in the light.